I am to report they're crawling right there where that cat food is, crawling in. Let me just plug my ears because the barbarians here can't hold the train of thought. They're crawling in under the floor. They're under the floors all day. I really can't get into detail about the floors. They're outside on the left and the right in the compound on S, crawling around in backyards, doing construction work a few doors down from 1509 on both ends. And at both ends, they're just screaming at the top of their heads, ah, 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 ah. Sometimes they're laughing, sometimes they're talking. All of it is just 10 to 100 times way too loud to have a normal conversation. So they're really trying to draw attention to themselves. Yeah, whole time it's fucking real barbaric pigs on both ends. So you'd think they would do this to help a woman out who's trapped with fucking practicing cannibals, but it's on historical record with professional bona fide military members, some from the US, some from allied nations, but nonetheless, they're all legitimate professional military, okay? This on record that Trump, Biden, the gang around here protected the cannibals. They protected the practicing cannibals up until total war. So I need to tell the public what you're looking at real soon is major WMDs in your major cities in the US. All of it was brought to themselves. The politicians, the military, quasi fraudulent cooping military that was constantly on TV claiming to be the big guys, claiming to carry out strikes when they had nothing to do with it, just burying themselves in lies and treason. They brought this on themselves. And today, why these creeps are outside in the yards and stationed on the left and stationed on the right. They're also in the back at the New York NYPD feds and prostitute house, that purple car. They got loudmouth construction right outside my bedroom window. They thought they were going to cuff and place the witness under arrest before they get hit with military strikes. Yeah, so that was me once again being stalked, hunted by the fucking sickest barbarians to protect the most evil despots that were U.S. politicians. This is historical record. I don't appreciate any of it. I'm a regular civilian. We can talk about myself another day, but I have a lot of feelings and thoughts that I will share with the world. Thank you very much for what happened in my life. I'm going to witness massive amounts of my family arrested or killed, my own biological relatives. My heart is broken. I'm plugging my fucking ears right now to even fucking say this. I'm still in the room. I'm safe to do it. There's been turpentine hot bombs just everywhere in my room, on the floors, in the room here, main room, by my bed. And it's so strong you walk and you're smelling them. You walk around and you're smelling them. I'm 5'9", so just understand how strong these bombs are in my room. And over by my food pantry. There's also the one that's underneath my refrigerator. Every place they can cram a bomb under the floors, it was active. I couldn't say anything. This was since like 7 a.m. I've been smelling fucking turpentine inferno goddamn chemical bombs in my room with all these sicko men on the left, on the right, crawling around in the yards. Ha, 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 ha. It's really, really evil what happened here. Nothing but evil, and they're barbarians. The prostitutes, such as the one prostitute who got a boob job, she's the daughter of the blonde woman that was employee of Trump's while he was in office. She's a lawyer. She was married to that other lawyer, and they got a divorce. And she's got that daughter who she put on the internet with intent and premeditated mens rea on purpose. She put on the internet photos of her daughter's naked body. She got her daughter premeditated, took actionable actions. There's no defense. She knows it. He knows it. Everybody knows it. They can use their law degrees and shove it up their ass. They pimped their daughter in street words. They got their daughter into high-level escort. And now she's doing porno with boob jobs and everything. She's a fucking straight-up porno girl. It's really sad. So they're going to start killing the prostitutes like her daughter. Like, they're dead. Like, she could be dead right now. You might want to give her a ring. They're taking out all the high-level escorts. And the evil military is going to start really coming after the Trump crowd. It's you know, special forces and U.S. presidents, these are the presidents, is the generals in the military, the good guys. I think I do want to be present at that woman's hanging, because what she willingly did with all her money that she had and power and all these things and stuff to her own daughter is so atrocious and evil, to pimp her daughter out, that I think I do want to be there for her hanging. But that's how I feel. I got to pray about it and see what God the Father tells me to do. I might be told to stay at home and bake a cake. But I mean, what that woman did is so evil. So many of the U.S. rich white elites turned their daughters intentionally, like, hey, I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. You know you're doing it. You've decided, and you take the action. They did that and turned their daughters into fucking complete prostitutes. They encouraged it. Everybody got doped up. Everybody's on all these drugs and so on and so forth. And now it's just over. The mom, the dad, the whole goddamn family is fucking laced on meth. This is these rich white people on these designer drugs. The Kardashians are the same. They've started to groom their daughters already. These are all Russian organized crime sex workers. They can't be having kids, and everyone knows that. It should be highly illegal. What they allowed and condoned here with their laws is just, it's historically madmen. They allowed guns. They allowed dangerous dogs that kill people in elevators and children. They allowed these most unstable mentally people to have kids. This is the transvestites, people who take hormones and then they're having kids. This isn't even a healthy pregnancy. Everything was allowed until the point of utter destruction here, and that's what I've really got to get over. While I have my ears pressed closed, is they're trying to arrest me. They probably still think they are, because I'm a witness to all this violent cannibalism and terrorism. And they know that they're going to get hit or impacted, or whatever these words are, with military strikes soon. So they went after me, trying to protect their heroes, who are not heroes. They're sinners and they're going to hell. They're trying to do the most horrible things to people, as everybody knows, with the mustard gas and chemical weapons being used on an unarmed civilian, which is me again. It's enough for the world to say, holy crap, they'll do this to us. We'll be in our house, and next thing we know, we're getting hit with mustard gas, and we didn't do anything. Exactly. I didn't do anything either except witness their fucking crimes. Okay? They really thought they had it made in the shade in the U.S., all right? They made friends with the most dangerous foreign enemies. These foreign enemies are now going up in smoke. Okay, and they're going after this big killing spree. They're going after their hookers and their senators and their Congress and all their creepy organized crime gangsters and on down. It's just disgusting what the country turned into. When I say barbarianism and the cannibalism, we've got to include that. I mean barbarianism. It's just sad. Our war museum has to have an age limit in certain areas. This is our fucking country, has to have an age limit on this museum. You're darn right, because it has to be recognized in history. And it was so terrible. The kids here, this entire generation that suffer from psychological and physical sexual abuse. This is a lot that me and the war heroes have to fix. But I'm up for it, and I will take Econ 1 and Econ 2. That was my orders from God. It's actually a commandment. So I'm just going to focus on that, and everything else will fall into place. And by the way, asshole Republicans, you got it coming. You got it coming. In Texas, you got it coming. All right? It's not just the Republicans, but they were really, really caught up with this evil Russia crowd here. the neo-Nazi white supremacists. So I am just a little pissed off, okay? But it's not just them. It is the Democrats big time. It's basically every sitting senator and every sitting Congress person in our country is really, really, really arrested. Like, there's no defense. I don't want to get into it because I talk funny and my ears are plugged with my fingers. I just can't. I honestly can't. But to say thank you to the good military, I'm sitting here safe in my room. I can't talk whatsoever about my situation, that being pertaining to if I can leave my room, if I'm trapped, if I'm not trapped. I can't make these statements. I am allowed to talk about the hot fucking chemical explosives, finally. And I am allowed to say they're still crawling under those floors, but I can't go into detail of what they're doing, what I'm hearing. No, I can't. I am allowed to finally talk about these 2 construction crews to the left, to the right here in the middle of the compound. And that is it. And now don't forget, there's 3 floors. So this whole place is fucking active, and all the terrorists living next door, coming and going, all that stuff that they do, banging and knocking. I can't talk about one thing except what I've said. So don't forget, I'm really restrained, but I don't have to. What the good military needs me and the rest of the country and good countries that are with us to do what we need you to do. And this is also Papua New Guinea, whoever might hear this in Papua New Guinea, who's a good person, like I told you, sit tight. Don't be running around. If you're safer in your house, those barbarians aren't going to really generally just come start pillaging your house. More likely no, okay? Just stay in your house, dude. We're going to put martial law here. There's going to be terrible catastrophic damage to some of our cities. I'm not happy about it, no. I'm quite sad about it, but unfortunately, on historical record, they just wouldn't stop. They just wouldn't stop, and they're not going to stop. It's actually going to take a few months after the cities get struck to tamper down all these guns that they have, and they're running around at night, and they're talking like these people do in the yards. They're going, with fucking semi-automatic goddamn warfare guns they bought at the fucking Walmart. Yeah, and these stores, all these places, toast, gone, dude, gone, okay? And I'm taking Econ 1 and 2 so we can help pick up the pieces. Okay, goodbye.